is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio's News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. It's Wednesday, June 17th. California utility PG&E has pleaded guilty to 84 counts of involuntary manslaughter and has taken responsibility for faulty equipment that caused that 2018 wildfire. In a case that relieved the victim's family from a drawn-out court battle, Pacific Gas and Electric has also pled guilty to one count of unlawfully starting a fire. The victims' families had the opportunity to tell the court about their loved ones who perished in the blaze that has been named the deadliest fire in California state history, which destroyed the California town of Paradise in Butte County. The company will be fined no more than $303,486,000 and must reimburse the town of Paradise for damages, the Butte County District Attorney's Office for $500,000 for the cost of its investigation into the blaze. Among other provisions, PG&E must establish a trust compensating victims of the 2018 Camp Fire and other wildfires to the tune of $13.5 billion. The cause of the fire, according to investigators, was a damaged C-hook, which cost about $13. A C-hook is a metal device in a utility tower that they say failed and caused an insulator assembly to fall and start the fire in dry vegetation. Well, a two-car crash on Highway 160 in Clark County leaves one vehicle on its top and another with a crashed front end. Luckily, the drivers escaped with only minor injuries.
We are dispatched for a mutual aid assignment to Clark County for the report of one vehicle rollover. As crews were responding, we were notified that it was actually a two-vehicle accident with one vehicle resting on its roof and the other vehicle resting upright. Crews responded with the heavy rescue and a medic unit. They found the accident as described. Both of the drivers had self-extricated. They were transported to the local hospital with minor injuries. I don't know the actual impact, but it was substantial enough to cause significant damage to the vehicle upright and, of course, to roll the second vehicle onto its roof.
Well, today a man escaped injury after his car catches fire here in Pahrump. But while the driver is okay, his car is a total loss.
Earlier this morning, we were dispatched for a report of a vehicle fire with the initial report that there was fire showing in the area of the tires and the wheels. As we were responding, we were then notified that the vehicle was fully involved. As I arrived on location, I found a fully involved vehicle. It was off on the shoulder on the east side of the roadway. There were no immediate exposures. Crews commenced an attack with our standard hand line, quickly controlled the fire within 2 minutes after arrival. This was on Dandelion, just south of Calvada. There were no injuries. The sole occupant was the driver, of course. He was operating the vehicle and found it to be sluggish with no explanation, and then he had a smoke condition that started to present from underneath the dash. The fire appeared to originate in the engine compartment. We believe it was a mechanical failure.
Well, the U.S. Department of Agriculture Rural Development has kicked off National Home Ownership Month by highlighting USDA's ongoing role in supporting rural home ownership. The USDA is assisting homeowners facing current hardships by offering a payment moratorium and modified application processes. The USDA Rural Development Nevada is also working with new borrowers and their lenders to make special accommodations based on local needs and restrictions. For the most up-to-date information on the Rural Development's response to COVID-19, you can visit them at rd.usda.gov/coronavirus. That's rd.usda.gov/coronavirus. Well, a steroid that's been used for years is now showing promise in treating patients with COVID-19. Professor Peter Pitts is president of the Medicine for the Pahrump Interest and a former FDA Associate Commissioner. He spoke with News 25 about the study, the results, and what that means for the treatment of COVID-19.
There's a steroid called dexamethasone, and people may be familiar with it as prednisone, which is 6 times weaker. So dexamethasone is a pretty potent steroid. It's used to decrease inflammation in the lungs. And there was a 6,000 patient study done by Oxford University in the UK that showed that it was highly effective in treating patients who were in the hospital on ventilators and getting oxygen. It got them out of the hospital quicker, which frees up hospital beds and equipment, and it shows that we can protect those most at risk as we reopen the economy.
And so what's the percentage of people who are kind of recovering using this steroid?
Well, only about 15% of people that get COVID-19 end up in the hospital. So of those who are on ventilators, it helped 30%, and those with oxygen, 20%. Those are significant numbers to help them survive, get out of the hospital quicker. Crucial because the death rates are overwhelmingly seen in hospitals for those people using ventilators and oxygen. So it really impacts those most at risk.
So this is not treating COVID itself, it's treating some of the symptoms and inflammation. And inflammation seems to be kind of the key to so many different illnesses and the reason why so many people have issues. And this is treating this so that people can breathe better?
Well, it absolutely treats the symptoms of COVID-19, and one of the most serious ones, which is lung failure. It clears the lungs up, it gets the virus out of the lungs, and allows people to breathe on their own and heal quicker and get out of the hospital. All steroids have side effects. Anybody that's taken prednisone knows that they do. But in this case, the benefit far outweighs the risk. And a 6,000 patient study is quite significant. It's very robust. It's highly powered. So as doctors in the U.S. begin to look at the data from this study, I suspect that it'll become the standard of care for patients on ventilators and oxygen almost immediately in the U.S. The Oxford study was a very well-designed, very large study, and people will look at the data before they make their decisions. So people will be able to, question the design and the findings quite robustly. I'm convinced that they're going to find it's going to be highly effective. This has been around for a very long time. This particular steroid is used to reduce lung inflammation for people with all sorts of different diseases. It's already approved, it's generic, it's low cost, and it's available. So it's a fabulous triple play relative to treating the most at-risk population for COVID-19.
After this break, we're going to tell you about what's in store for Independence Day and so much more. Stay with us.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Construction stocks rally on news of the president's plan to spend $1 trillion to improve the nation's highways. Retail sales shot up nearly 18% in May, and sales at McDonald's are still down, but improving.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, construction stocks are building gains. Bloomberg News was the first to report the Trump administration has a nearly $1 trillion infrastructure proposal to rebuild America's highways, bridges, and roads. Shares of U.S. Concrete were among the big construction stocks on the move on Tuesday. Call it a shopping spree. As the nation reopens, retail sales in May rose a stunning 17.7%, much higher than the 8% predicted by economists. In April, retail sales plunged 16.4%. Among the more popular items that shoppers are scooping up, clothing and accessories, followed by sporting goods, hobby items, musical instruments, and books. McDonald's reports a bounce back. Worldwide sales at McDonald's fell 39% in April, but improved the next month with a significantly softer decline of 21% in May.
Thanks, Angela. Well, the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services has announced the release of a Nevada 211 app to help more Nevadans connect with the resources they need. Nevada 211, a free service that includes information about health and human services programs and resources that are available throughout the state, can be accessed online at nevada211.org by dialing 211 or by texting your zip code to 898-211. Available in the Apple App Store and Google Play, the Nevada 211 app is free to download. Well, the O'Briens stopped by KPVM-TV today to talk about the 48th Annual Freedom Festival in Petrick Park here in Pahrump and the planned fireworks show by Zambelli Fireworks. We caught up with the father and son duo to get the details.
Well, basically, Deanna, what's happening is with a conversation with John Koenig as of yesterday, the chairman of the Nye County Board of Commissioners, the show's going to go on as usual. There may, however, be certain restrictions applied if necessary. But right now the plans are we're going to have the 48th Annual Freedom Festival go on as scheduled and planned, with Zambelli Fireworks, the town of Pahrump, and Nye County being the sponsors for a big, fantastic show.
We've been working on the music for 8 months, 9 months, trying to piece together songs and stuff. And we finally, about a month or two ago, we just put it all together and stuff. Went together flawlessly, obviously with a couple exceptions with technical difficulties, but that normally happens. But as far as like the number goes, it is bigger. I will say that. The family did donate to this year's show, but I will say that the county, they did, obviously they approved of it because here we are. But I saw the numbers and I said, you know what, we got to do better than this. So talked with the family again, and then one thing led to another. We were able to put something together and stuff. And yeah, so it should be very eventful. I noticed last year, after watching so many videos and stuff, that I noticed a couple of things I needed to change, and you'll notice it when you see it. So, but with that being said, the numbers thing, I'm going to keep that a little secret, and you guys will, the music itself is, you'll sing to it, you'll want to dance to it. It's not like our playlists in the past. It's a lot more of talking about like the freedom of America and just putting it all together into just a, I don't want to say no pun intended, but bang up job. That's pretty much what we like to put it as. So
we look at the show as being difficult to begin with because we got to make it bigger and better than last year. Something that they leave the park and they're going, oh, that was fantastic. As far as the country, having traveled all the way across the United States and back again, we're fortunate to have a show. We would say that more than 75, maybe 80% of the shows have been canceled across the United States because of the COVID issue. And this has been a hard issue because trying to do logistics with government closed down, private organizations closed down, not getting things into the port from overseas. This has all been logistic issues that we've been fighting since March. And we're very, very fortunate to have a show and to have such a big and beautiful show and a beautiful venue to do it in Petrarch Park.
Well, Pahrump and our surrounding areas are, of course, invited to the Freedom Festival and Fireworks Show, which will be held at Petrarch Park once again Saturday, July 4th, beginning at 9 p.m. This show will have accompanying music simulcast here on our radio station, 103.1 FM Ace Country. Bring your portable music players for the park, or you can tune into your car radios to hear the inspirational music specifically produced for this show. We'll return with more news from News 25 right after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, summer is typically a time for travel. This year, fears over COVID-19 have put many vacation plans on hold. However, if you decide to venture out of town, there are precautions you should take. Erica Foreman has tips for keeping summertime travelers safe.
Before you hit the road or the friendly skies for summer vacation this year, you'll want to keep a close eye on COVID-19.
So I think you have to figure out exactly what's happening in, your region as well as, the surrounding regions that you may be traveling to.
If you're traveling out of state, be sure to check that area's coronavirus travel restrictions and case numbers. When planning activities, Dr. Esper suggests staying outdoors, keeping away from large groups, wearing a mask and washing hands to reduce virus transmission. And if you're not feeling well, don't go.
That's been drilled into most people already to this point, that if you're not feeling well, it is always better to stay home for everybody else's sake.
For those who decide to travel, check airlines and hotels to be sure they're disinfecting surfaces frequently, providing hand sanitizer or wipes, requiring masks, and spacing out employees and guests.
I think the summer we will see a lull, but not an absence of this virus. All right, I think that the number of infections are going to go down, but I still think we have to remain vigilant in protecting ourselves.
If you're flying, be sure to wear a mask. Avoid touching your face, wash or sanitize your hands often, and try to keep your distance from others. At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
Well, travelers staying in a hotel with valet service should make sure the valets are using single-use gloves and face masks. The valet team should also be sanitizing high-touch areas inside vehicles. And if you're taking a shuttle, the operator should disinfect seats and railings after each trip, in addition to strictly enforcing social distancing measures. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, a national nonprofit public charity, is proud to announce an expansion of its signature program, Wendy's Wonderful Kids, to find adoptive homes for children in Nevada's foster care system. Through a unique public-private partnership with the state of Nevada and the Adoption Exchange, 12 Wendy's Wonderful Kids adoption professionals will serve youth over the age of 9, children with special needs, and siblings who have been waiting in the foster care the longest. To learn more and get involved, go to thedavethomasfoundation.org. Well, right now we're going to go to Darby O'Donnell with today's Save a Pet and a beautiful cat who unfortunately lost his owner and is looking for a new home.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Dexter. This cat is huge. Like, he's easily like 25, 30 pounds. He was brought in as a stray. He is a tuxedo domestic short hair, so he has like that mainly black look, but he also has white on his chest, like he's wearing a little tuxedo. He has gorgeous yellow eyes. This cat is like so calm and relaxed. He's very sweet and affectionate. They say he's a complete love bug here. So if you want to come and see Dexter or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, come and see them at Siri Lane. They're behind the Nye County Courthouse. They're asking you to please go and make appointments ahead of time before showing, so give them a call, 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. Bye, Dexter. You want to say goodbye?
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
I got to tell you, I thought that the cat was tied down or stuck on something. I couldn't pick him up, and I realized it was just weight. Just wait. Let's take a look outside and see what's happening out there on our weather cam. It's a beautiful day. We're going to get your weather and what's going on in our forecast and the temperatures coming up soon, right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donohue with today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 94 degrees, a low of 71, 103, a low of 74 in Death Valley, 92.64 in Amargosa, 88.58 in Beatty, 74, a low of 45 in Goldfield, 73, a low of 44 in Tonopah, 73.41 in Carson City, 74 degrees for the high in both Fallon and Fernley, 43 for the low in Fallon, and 44 for the low in Fernley. Now today in Pahrump, we saw sunny skies. Our high today was 92 degrees. Winds coming out the northwest up to 12 miles per hour. 9% humidity. In our sunrise at 5:26 this morning. Now tonight we're expecting clear skies. Our low is going to be 64 degrees. It is 91 outside currently with 13-mile-per-hour winds out of the northeast. Our humidity at 10%. And our sunset at 8:03 tonight. Now looking ahead to that 7-day, we do have some clouds rolling in on Friday and Saturday as well as Tuesday and Wednesday. So all those sunny skies we were expecting have slowly gone away. However, we're still expecting all of those high winds from Saturday to Wednesday, anywhere between 11 and 14 miles per hour. Now our temperatures, we're not seeing too many changes on Thursday and Friday. We're still expecting those highs in those 90s, around 94 to 97 degrees. Then from Saturday all through Wednesday, we're going to be in those triple digits between 100 and 105 degrees. Now for overnights on Thursday, we're seeing a low of 66 degrees. Then from Friday all through next Wednesday, we're going to be hanging out in those mid to low 70s between 70 and 75 degrees. So now with that, we're going to throw back to the desk with Deanna.
All right, thanks so much, Michael. And if you need a COVID-19 test, they do have regular testing now. You can give them a call, 702-234-2398, and that is the phone number for our surrounding areas all the way up to Tonopah. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.